Hey guys, Mandela Man coming back today. We're going to talk about some board games. First, I want to address the people out there. You guys are really mean, okay? Let me tell you something. When I was young, about age 10, 12, 13, I was 99% in the CAT spelling tests in the nation. So I'm considered to be a spelling genius. So you guys don't sit here and tell me that I'm misspelling a banana, okay? A simple third grade word. If you guys don't know, it's spelled Bannana. There's nothing I can do for you, you know. You guys are, I'm sorry, you're mistaken. I'll go into that in the next video with the banana, but today we're going to talk about board games. First, we're going to talk about Monopoly. So in Monopoly, in another dimension where I grew up, we had a Ventura Avenue, like Jesse Ventura, okay? Ventura Avenue, which also became Venture Avenue, okay? But here in this world, Ventura and Venture do not exist. All there is Ventnor and Ventnor and Ventor. Okay, Ventnor with an N or Ventor. Okay, so all you're gonna be able to find, there is no Ventura, there is no Venture Avenue anymore. They just don't exist. You won't be able to find a board game with it on there. I haven't been able to. So next we're gonna look at Clue. Okay. Now in Clue, I always remember Mr. Boddy, and it was spelled Mr. Boddy, Body, on the board game, Mr. Boddy. Okay. What's so weird about it is there was a movie made, Clue, I think in the late 80s. One of my favorite movies. I've probably seen it 25, 30 times, okay? It was always Mr. Boddy. Okay, and I'm going to show you a couple videos just to illustrate this fact. Okay, like right here in back of me, you could see this person says, this person's describing it, and they're going to describe Mr. Boddy. Okay? I'm going to bring the color down for you guys as usual. So let's take a look at a little bit of this video right here.
What's up, my viewers, my bros and hoes? How's it going, everybody? This is Nonsensical Cinemas, bringing you another episode of Nonsensical Talks, which is a new talk show that I've started where I discuss topics that I'm passionate about, and any topics you guys suggest in the comments below that revolve around the YouTube community or, cinemas, anything. And today, we're going to be talking about a question that I've been thinking about my entire life. This is an age-old question. People have been asking this since the dawn of time.
Mr. Boddy right
or
here?
Since this board game existed. The question is, who killed Mr. Boddy in Clue? For those of you who don't know what Clue is a board game / movie, which revolves around, it's like a mystery game, a mystery movie where pretty much what happens is 6 people are invited to this mansion that's owned by this guy named Mr. Boddy. And this guy has been blackmailing those 6 people. And during the night, I think, when they're in a room, the power shuts off. When it comes back on, Mr. Boddy's dead. Sometime during the night, Mr. Boddy is killed. So the game, in the board game, the objective is to collect cards and mark down on a little sheet throughout the game as you discover new cards to ultimately guess out of which 3 cards that were picked and put away in a separate file who killed Mr. Boddy, which room they killed him in, and what did they kill him with. And those are 3 cards selected before the game. The card types are weapon, person, and room, and they're put away in a separate slip that you have to guess about. Now, a movie was also made about this game. It stars Christopher Lloyd, Tim Curry, Madeline Kahn. It's actually got quite a bit of talent. And it's not a bad movie, but in the movie, they actually do something based off the board game, and it's a little different. However, it's still pretty much the same. It has the same concept. And I own this movie, and I've been watching it since I was a kid, and there's 3 different endings to the movie. And I've always been wondering, which of those endings is the real ending? Which one is most probable? Who was the most likely to commit the murder in the context of the movie? So today we're going to look, and we're going to see if we can figure it out. Now, before I start, some plot points to consider.
Okay, well, we're not going to get into that, but you guys could clearly see that this guy is talking about the board game and the movie, and he has a memory of Mr. Boddy. Okay, he even spells it Mr. Boddy, B-O-D-Y. Okay? Just remember that. Okay, the game and the movie based on the game. Okay? Now I'm going to show you a scene from that movie. And pay attention when they call out and they say Mr. Boddy's name, right?
Well, if you'll excuse me, I have to, is there a little girl's room? Oui, madame. No, I just want to powder my nose. What's this, Wadsworth?
I'm afraid those are the negatives to which Colonel Mustard earlier referred.
Oh, my God.
Were you planning to blackmail him, Wadsworth?
Certainly not. I'd obtained them for the Colonel, and I was going to give them back as soon as Mr. Boddy was unmasked.
Very pretty. Would you like to see these, Yvette? They might shock you.
No, merci. I am a lady.
Oh, how do you know what kind of pictures they are if you're such a lady?
What sort of pictures are they?
They are my pictures, and I'd like them back, please.
No, I'm afraid there's something in them that concerns me, too.
Let me see.
Oh, no. Nobody can get into that position.
Sure they can. Let me show you.
Get off me.
He's attacking her!
No, he's dead.
Mr. Boddy, dead! Again!
Oh, my God.
She's going to faint.
Somebody catch her!
I'll catch her. Fall into my arms. Sorry.
You've got blood on your hands.
I didn't do it! He's got new injuries. Well, he's certainly dead now. Why would anyone want to kill him twice?
Seems so unnecessary.
That's what we call overkill. What we call psychotic.
Unless he wasn't dead before.
What's the difference?
That's what we're trying to find out! We're trying to find out who killed him, and where, and with what.
There's no need to shout.
I'm not shouting! All right, I am. I'm shouting, I'm shouting, I'm shouting!
Okay, you guys saw that classic scene from Clue. Mr. Boddy was mentioned 3 times there, okay? Mr. Boddy, Mr. Boddy, Mr. Boddy. And just to clinch my theory for you guys, we're going to watch one more scene, and you'll notice that I believe the butler's called Wadsworth. Wadsworth is actually going to say Mr. Boddy's body in this scene. So pay close attention, right? All right, and then I'm going to show you guys something.
Men to their deaths like a spider with flies.
Flies are when men are most vulnerable.
Right. Well, if it wasn't you, then who was it? Who had the dagger anyway? It was you, Mrs. Peacock, wasn't it?
Yes, but I put it down.
Where?
In the study.
Where?
I don't know. Before I came, after I came, I don't know. But any of you could have picked it up.
Look, I study. Why? I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy.
Hey, pay attention. Here we go.
What? The body's gone.
What are you staring at?
Nothing.
Well, who's there?
Nobody.
What do you mean?
Nobody. Nobody, that's what we mean. Mr. Boddy's body, it's gone.
Maybe he wasn't dead.
He was.
We should have made sure. How? By cutting his head off, I suppose. That wasn't called for. Where is he?
We better look for him.
Okay, you guys hear that? Mr. Boddy's body? Where did he go? Let's do it one more time, right?
But I put it down.
Where?
In the study.
Where?
I don't know. Before I paid, after I paid, I don't know. But if you could have picked it up.
Look, I suggest we take the cook's body into the study. Why? I'm the butler. I like to keep the kitchen tidy. What? The body's gone.
What are you staring at?
Nothing.
Well, who's there?
Nobody.
What do you mean?
Nobody. Nobody, that's what we mean. Mr. Boddy's body, it's gone.
Maybe he wasn't dead.
Nobody. That's what we mean. Mr. Boddy's body is gone. Right, guys? Mr. Boddy's body is gone. Okay? So I went out and I purchased this older version of Clue. Okay, Clue. You guys all see that? Look at what it says on the back of this game. An unsolved mystery at the Boddy estate. Boddy. The Boddy estate. Not body. The way I remember it, Boddy. Mr. Boddy. No, it's Mr. Boddy now. Mr. Boddy. Who killed Mr. Boddy? Fuck if I know. I don't know. Alright, and last today, we're going to look at this game. Okay, Risk. I must have played this game with my brothers. I don't know. 20, 25 times growing up. It's a long game. It goes on for hours, sometimes days. Okay. Now, I'm not really concerned with most of the pieces. What does concern me is this map. Okay. Let's see if I can get a little more light here for you guys so you can see this. Alright. So, we're going to take a look at the map. Okay, right away, we notice on this map, Greenland is the huge new version of Greenland right there, right? Okay, now some inconsistencies with this map. Number one is, Mongolia. There was no Mongolian country on this map. Okay, there was no Mongolia. Okay. The most important thing about this, to me, okay, is Australia here. Let's see if I can get this in focus. Okay, Australia. Now, I always remember there being these two territories in Australia. Okay, Eastern and Western. Okay, and possibly New Guinea was here. But Indonesia was not here. In order to get from Australia up to the mainland out here, into Russia and China and the rest, you had to control New Zealand, which was here somewhere in this area. Like I say, I remember this other country off here to the side. But to get to the mainland, there was only one road, one seaway, and you had to go through New Zealand. Now on this map, there is no New Zealand. New Zealand's not even in the game Risk anymore, right? Okay? Let me show you some other inconsistencies. Okay? We have a huge Africa And we do have an actual new Italian boot, sideways. You know, it's not a boot, it's a high heel now. And we actually have the new Sicily on this map, which is amazing. Okay? Some other inconsistencies. Let's see. Right here, off of Africa, we actually have, if we get this in focus, Madagascar, which I don't ever remember being in the game. Let's see. What else? I don't recall. Okay, let's see here. I don't recall Iceland even being in the game either. You guys can see it there. Iceland. Okay, I don't remember that in the game. What else? The Alaska on this map is gigantic. It's huge. This was not this way before, okay? This is yet another inconsistency. Okay, but I mean, all these inconsistencies as far as the new map goes, they're hard to prove. But I do know for a fact that to control Australia, to get your troops from Australia into the other lands, there was a New Zealand here somewhere. Okay, some of the colors seem off of some of the countries. Okay, you can kind of see that. So we got a legend down here. I remember the legend, but I don't ever remember like this teal color for South America. I just don't even remember it being there. Let's see what else strikes me about this map. Another thing that's kind of striking about this map is how big Afghanistan is as a country. Okay, it's huge. I kind of remember for the Russia and all of this and into Europe. I remember that these countries, there maybe being more countries altogether. Okay, more territories altogether than what's on this map. Let's see. What's another glaring, strange mistake? Like we all know that South America's way over in the ocean. But on Risk, it's kind of in the way that it was remembered. Okay, from the old world. South America's like basically right under North America, kind of how we all remember it. Okay, which is weird too. Although South America's kind of tilted this way. Okay, like on a 33-degree angle or whatever. It's tilted. Okay, this little from here to here, there was no way, I don't even think, to get across this waterway here. Okay, there was no way to cross here from Africa to South America. But sure, I mean, in this world, it's not hard. It's, a couple 100 miles, right? What else? Let's see what else we got here. There's one more huge glaring mistake. Well, I don't know. But, like I say, this whole map seems to be off. And why? Tell me, guys, why is Ukraine a part of Europe, but the Urals and all this Afghanistan, Yakutsk, Siberia, it's all part of what they call Asia? In fact, I remember a USSR or a Russian territory, some kind of Russia or USSR territory on this map, but yet there is no Russia. There's no Russia on this map. You guys, try to get in real close for you. There's no Russia, no USSR, former Soviet Union, nothing. Okay, so I mean, this ain't the board game I played with my brothers. This is some kind of new Risk board game here. Try to get out so you can see the whole map. I mean, it's weird. Like I say, South America looks normal, relatively normal underneath North America. Africa's huge, though. Greenland's huge. I mean, Greenland, you guys, Greenland is this whole area, plus this whole area over here. This is all Greenland. These 3 areas here on Risk. This is all of Greenland, this orange stuff. It's weird. It's weird. I don't care how you slice it. It's weird. All right, you guys, I would love to hear comments of what people remember Risk to be when they were a kid. Do you remember a Russia, a USSR, some kind of Russian territory? Do you remember the New Zealand? Because New Zealand was the way for you to get your troops from Australia into the rest of the world. You got to own, in Risk, you got to own the next country to get across. To move your troops through a country, you have to own the next one. And I always remember New Zealand was the way to control Australia. There was no Indonesia. Or Indonesia might have been where New Guinea is. And New Zealand might have been where Indonesia is. I'm not quite sure about that. But like I said, I mean, this whole map is goofy. The whole map is goofy. Okay? I'm going to try to get you guys close shots before we end this video here. Okay? You can see there's South America. It's 4 territories. Argentina, you got Peru, Brazil, Venezuela. Okay. Look at North America, which is kind of the way I remember it. Although, in this North America, I mean, Florida is extremely small. Extremely small compared to the rest of the country. I guess that's the way it is now, but Alaska's huge. Greenland being like these 3 territories, and that you could somehow get from like Scandinavia to Iceland and to Greenland and then come over to North America. It kind of doesn't make sense, you guys. I don't know. Write me comments. Well, let's take a close look at Russia here. Like I say, you got Yakutsk. What's this country? Kamchatka. That's this whole area up and down here. Kamchatka. Irkutsk. Okay, Siberia, the Urals. I mean, Siberia is like in the middle of the Russian country. I mean, shouldn't it be way over, like up here more, you guys? Like I said, I seem to remember U.S.S.R. And that went out of style once in the 90, 91 when the U.S.S.R. fell. Then that kind of didn't look right anymore. But I definitely remember there being some kind of Russian territory. Not split up into all these separate territories. And like I say, Ukraine seems like it should be Russian to me. But in this map, it belongs to what they call Europe. Okay? India, I mean, that seems kind of right, here. India. Okay? It's just a really weird map, guys. Just a really weird map. But number 1 out of anything is definitely New Zealand. Was a part of this map. No New Zealand here anymore. You guys tell me if you remember that. Mr. Boddy, being Mr. Boddy, and Ventura Avenue, or Venture Avenue, Venture, becoming Ventnor Avenue or Ventor Avenue. Or Ventnor Avenue, okay? I don't know. You guys could be as mean as you want to be. It's not going to stop me. I don't have long to live. I'm working on a comprehensive list that's going to blow everything out of the water. It's going to make this effect so ever-present in your life. Everywhere I go, every day. It's been 3 months, and every single day I have found a new effect. It's just up to me now. I'm researching them and making sure that they're correct before I spew them all out at you. But let me tell you, man, I got 26 dead celebrities back alive already. I got like 75 businesses or logos that have changed. But that's for another time. These are board games. They're not right. They're not from my reality. But now I'm here. I'm loving this new reality. The only problem is I'm a hell of a film buff, and they are ruining some of my favorite movies. I mean, Field of Dreams, if you build it, he will come, ruins the movie to me. You know, if you guys haven't seen my other video, National Lampoons, you know, that has the kid in that is actually saying, if you build it, they will come. So don't sit here and tell me I remember it wrong, okay? I mean, you can. It doesn't bother me. But you guys, you make yourself look like fools. You try to make me look like a fool. I don't know. I get a kick out of some of them. But, I mean, like I say, some of these comments are really mean. Well, with that, I mean, basically the Clue thing. When I first saw Mr. Boddy, I just couldn't. It was so surreal, you guys. I mean, at that point, I was really like, gee, you know, I mean, I'm coming to the point where I don't even think that we're in a real reality. I mean, this is probably the best explanation is we're in some kind of virtual environment, because that's the only way that it can be constantly changed and just constantly shifted around. I mean, we got stuff changing literally as we go. As we examine effects, we have other changes taking place. You know, like I have positive effects in my book, positive, and then they change halfway through. The fact that I've made sure that they're that way and rechecked them. I mean, you know, that happened with Hillary Clinton. Like I say, you know, a lady had 2 L's in her name. When I first found out about Mandela Effect, she had 1 L. And then right before the convention, she changed it back to 2 L's. And, you know, she's been having some kind of disorder, some kind of brain thing coming up. I don't, you know, my mom says she's a malfunctioning clone, but I tend to think that it has something to do with her maybe going to the people at CERN or whoever's doing this, if someone is doing this, and asking them, you know, change my name back to 2 L's because it's going to be too damn obvious to the American public. You know, we want them to know about Mandela effects. You know, I'll put my husband Bill Clinton on TV to talk about, you know, Muhammad Ali's 2nd or 3rd funeral, and he's up there telling everybody to make sure they remember Muhammad Ali. So he's kind of like pointing out the effect, and he's pointing to it and saying, look, everybody try to remember the person. And, I mean, last thing before I close this video out is Gene Wilder. You know, he's passed away now. He came back to life. He's probably one of the most amazing celebrity back-to-life effects I've seen. Like I said, the guy died shortly after Gilda. I'd say 91, 92, maybe 93. Then he was back alive. Even though the whole time he was dead, he didn't work at all. In fact, the only thing that he did make was he appeared in an Alice in Wonderland movie on, I think it was ABC, in about 2003 or 2004, and he appears as the mock turtle. But if you guys don't see how weird that is, he's the mock turtle, so he's a mock version of whatever he was. It's kind of like saying that he's a clone or a second version of himself. He's a mock turtle, like mock turtle soup, right? And he sings the song about soup, you know, which kind of makes me think of like the primordial ooze or the primordial soup, right? Kind of a CERN thing. And then, you know, Alice in Wonderland with CERN. It kind of all fits together, but unfortunately, I mean, I'm still going to point him out that he was back alive, but now he is dead. So, I mean, it's a bummer. It's a bummer, you guys. But it's going to be hard to even prove now that he's gone what I'm saying. Did someone bring a clone back to life? Did they lie back in 1992, 93 and tell us he was dead, even though they secluded him somewhere on an island with the rest of these celebrities, and then eventually they bring him back out to make us all confused? That just sounds insane. What do you guys think? You remember Willy Wonka dying? You remember Gene Wilder dying? Tell me. That's Mandela, man. I'll talk to you guys later.